crowd, even despite the late move in tip time, as all this news is breaking late last night that UCLA was having travel problems, and Marquette accommodating as the ball begins in the hands of the Bruins, playing for the first time in 10 days.
Yeah, the game against Washington got postponed, canceled because of COVID.
Well, a quick possession and an early whistle, as this will send the ball the other way to Marquette. Marquette playing already its 4th ranked team, and the Golden Eagles seeking its 2nd top 10 win. They beat number 10 Illinois earlier this year, and an early turnover. Juzang quickly to the front court into the hands of Tiger Campbell. Entry pass to Johnson and a foul from Justin Lewis. Our player to watch, sponsored by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Well, it's Jaime Jaquez Jr., Jaime Jaquez Jr., and left the game last game against Colorado as he hit his head, didn't return. But this young man is averaging 13 points a game, 5 rebounds. But rugged, can score inside out, poses a really good matchup for Justin Lewis and the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, he likely would not have played against the Huskies had that game actually been played, but he is healthy and back on the floor now. One of the best players in the Pac-12. And it is Jaquez on the wing. Entry pass to the Rutgers grad transfer Miles Johnson. Good skip pass, and Jaquez fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Now, Mick Cronin, your number 3 in Westwood, the reigning Pac-12 Coach of the Year, has taken his team to the NCAA tournament 12 times, including his first ever Final Four appearance last year. Coming to LA after a phenomenal run at Cincinnati.
And you understand the pressure that comes along with being a UCLA coach just because of the past, accomplishments. But Mick is a different cat, different character, understanding that he needed to put his imprint on this UCLA program. It would take some time, move some faces, but eventually, as you noted, got this team all the way to a Final Four.
Quick trigger, Justin Lewis. And it's brought down by Johnson. Johnson coming off his first double-double as a Bruin. They swing it around. Juzang, wing 3. Daryl Morsell, you want to talk about grad transfers. He comes over from Maryland. And Morsell will take the 3 again.
You talked about coming over. Known for his defense at Maryland, covered a lot of his games, but it's interesting that Shaka Smart was able to unlock his offensive potential and has boded well, not only for himself, but for the Golden Eagles.
Wide open, Johnson underneath. Queth recovers quickly, and Queth, who's got one of the best shot blocking abilities in the Big East, knocks that one away.
Always good to have size inside, the ability to block the shot without picking up a foul.
And Morsell turns it over into the hands of Juzang. Jules Bernard with the right hand off the window.
And both teams love to get up and down the court. UCLA under Mick Cronin has picked up their pace of play, and of course, with the change here in leadership at Marquette, beautiful pass inside, and now Johnson returned in the favor with the block. But both teams, Shaka Smart wants to get up and down, and UCLA not showing any of the signs early of the delay in getting there to Milwaukee.
Now Tiger Campbell, such an improved three-point shooter. Meanwhile, Cam Jones launches from the corner. Campbell last year shot just 25% from behind the arc. This year, 4th in the conference, nearly 50%. Campbell will set it back up. Campbell contests the 3. This one off the mark and into the hands of Cam Jones. Shaka Smart was talking to us about Cam Jones, and he told Jones that he's got to have a different look on his face when he misses some shots. He missed a couple early in their last game. They ended up winning on the road in Manhattan. Just whistled on the shot from Lewis, and Jones turned that around in 15 minutes.
UCLA able to get out in transition early. The ball never touches the floor. Patented fast break between the player, and then in transition, the throwback, always open. Tiger Campbell, you talked about the improved three-point shooting as a team. UCLA shooting it at 39%.
The best three-point shooting team of the Pac-12. The foul is on Campbell. That sends Lewis to the line. He's a good free throw shooter, 78%, but he misses strong on the first one.
Yeah, Justin Lewis has all the makings, Aaron, of an all Big East performer. You know, at 6'7", body is filling out, finding his shot, can put it on the deck and make plays. And more importantly, he's not afraid of the big moment.
One of the questions about UCLA entering this game, would Cody Riley be available?
Right.
Riley, who has a sprained MCL in his left knee, suffered that in the opener. He's barely played at all this year, just a handful of minutes. Cronin would not quite give away his hand, but although Riley was a part of warm-ups and suited up, he has not been a part of the substitutions, at least yet so far today. Uzan taking and knocked away. Well, Shaka Smart, year number 1 in Milwaukee with Marquette, a Wisconsin native. Has the Golden Eagles 5-0 at home. Of course, 6 years at Texas, where he made 3 tournament appearances, but did not win a game in the first round for the Longhorns. So he comes back to his home state and has his Marquette squad off to an awfully good start this year.
Out of bounds.
Gives to Bernard, and he steps out of bounds.
You know, and this is the first meeting between Shaka Smart and Nick Cronin. They may have had a chance to meet last year in the tournament, but of course Texas lost to Abilene Christian. But these two have something in common. The first coaches to go from the first 4 in to taking their team to a Final Four. You know, Shaka did it with VCU and of course UCLA with Mick last year.
Bad miss by Cam Jones. Yeah, that was implemented back in 2011. And Shaka's VCU team, the first ever, but pretty short list, just 2, and they're both coaching on the sidelines here tonight. Marquette. Here comes Morcell trying to go coast to coast, and he is an offensive foul. This is going the other way.
We'll take a look here again. Talked about pushing the pressure. Daryl Morcell downhill, but that time, Johnny Juzang right there, anticipating the drive, able to get both feet set and pick up that foul.
And he goes to the bench. Stevie Mitchell checks in for Marquette. Number 4 in white.
And you see this too, Aaron, the changing defenses by Shaka Smart, a little full court pressure. They fall back into man-to-man. And a lot of it is too, maybe not to create the turnover, but to bleed some time off the clock. Now here you go, allow UCLA to feel the pressure just a little bit, that maybe it wears them down as you get to the later stages of the game, of the second half.
Jaquez with just seconds remaining on the shot clock, and Jaime Jaquez splashes one through. Kept alive by Juzang. Skip pass. He gives it up. Watson going through at the rim.
No, but that's Queth getting back in transition, not just giving up and thinking the layup is automatic, and now able to get it inside. Excellent passing around the perimeter. Crawford just couldn't knock it in.
Peyton Watson brings it across. Freshman out of Long Beach for UCLA. Number 14 of the country, a 5-point lead. 5 minutes into the game as Queth gets another board. He's the Big East leading shot blocker. We've already seen that a couple of times in the early minutes. Extra pass into the corner. It's Greg Elliott coming off the season best 8 points in 16 minutes. He's got it for 3. Juzang long strides across the timeline. Got to find Jaquez back door, but Bernard will set it up top. Kodak strips it. And the transfer point guard brings it across. He steps back for 3. Misses badly.
And Kolek still trying to find his stroke. One thing that he can do very well is pat the rock and make plays, so he's not allowing the lack of shooting to take away from the rest of his game.
Juzang backing down, fading away. What a shot by Johnny Juzang.
And that's what made this UCLA team so tough last year. How they got to the Final Four was the combination of Johnny Juzang and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Those two were a tough combination to guard one-on-one.
Mitchell into the corner. Elliott back up top. Seconds remaining on the shot clock. Kolek wants a three again. He's missed his first two.
Now the question was, how would this young squad, well, not young squad, mature squad, react to what the events yesterday that happened last night? And
Composure on your part, not going straight to the Buckeyes and Liddell right
no. It's a method to my madness, and as you set it all up.
Well, nicely done either way, as UCLA has the early advantage. Tiger Campbell, who's put down one three-pointer already today. Conference's fourth best three-point shooter, brings it across. One of the more veteran point guards in the Pac-12. Marquette feeds the post. Some nifty footwork there from Miles Johnson, his first bucket.
Well, you know, if you go back to the Colorado game, Mick Cronin tried to establish Miles Johnson early with some touches in the post to kind of get him started. You kind of see the same blueprint here this evening with Johnson able to touch it a few times, that time able to finish inside.
Morcell, 32 and white, back on the floor, starter for Marquette. Cam Jones, baseline, and kicks up top to Greg Elliott, who lets it fly too strong. On a rebound from the Big East's best rebounders in Justin Lewis. Pick and roll into the paint, and no good. Put through and good.
Yeah, but the beautiful pass, patience. Doro able to gather himself after the first miss, maintain his poise and not shuffle his feet.
Here's a three off the heel from Watson. Campbell wants his second, and he hits.
Well, Aaron, how many times do you see it? You know, in the game of basketball, offensive rebound, a scramble ensues, and then you kick it out for an open three. Tiger Campbell able to benefit off of that.
Lewis trying to answer. Instead, it's Campbell with the rebound. Bruins have field goals made by 5 different players so far in this first half. They spread it around. Singleton, always a three-point threat. Instead, he buries one from deep.
I'll tell you something there. When you bring your entire squad back basically to compete and you add a Miles Johnson here, the way this UCLA team was able to win it down the stretch. You always talk about giving your young men confidence that you can win the game, you're underdog, whatever that is. They believed it, they saw it, and that I truly believe propelled them to something special on their walk into the Final Four.
Incredible tournament run. Bruins picked to finish first in the Pac-12 for the second straight year. Into this season, Marquette, meanwhile, 1 of 10 from behind the arc in the first half. Morcell fades from the elbow, short front iron, and brought down time by Watson.
Yeah, and Marquette is going to have to figure out some ways to kind of get some easy buckets right here. Morcell tried to get himself a nice little 15-foot pull-up. It didn't go down. Maybe get yourself to the free throw line, get out in transition, get a layup.
Deep threat, David Singleton. He's 48% from behind the arc. He knocks down his first.
Yeah, the beautiful ball movement, but how about the patience that time? The UCLA Bruins kind of dissecting this Marquette defense, finding the open. Singleton in the corner.
Baseball pass from Jones underneath Justin Lewis. Trying to get Lewis going. Cole is somehow able to come up with it. That's a jump ball to Marquette.
Well, sometimes the game is real simple. You penetrate inside, and now when you freeze the defense, maintain your spacing. The court is open. Singleton, all he has to do is get those feet set, let it fly, take all three of those in the corner. But again, the dribble penetration and, Aaron, understanding when to pick up your dribble and give up the pass. Not too soon, not too late, but right on time, on target.
Singleton, fourth highest three-point percentage in Bruins history, just barely behind Reggie Miller. A foul on the floor. It's on Jules Bernard, his first.
Yeah, you know what? I think Shaka, too, would love to see Tyler Kolek kind of do that a lot more with his frame at 6'3". He's a big young man. He can absorb a lot of contact. I know you're struggling. Came in as a three-point shooter, but his ability to kind of break down the defense and maybe get inside, create an opportunity for himself. And if he does it, he has already shown how great of a passer he is.
He's one of the best facilitators in the Big East. He's left wide open, but they swing it around. First touch for Ellis off the bench. Lewis takes a deep two. And Bernard brings it across for the Bruins. UCLA with 7 assists on 8 made field goals. Bernard left open just enough for 3. Another rebound for Lewis. Now Shaka very bullish on Tyler Kolek, calling him their best offensive player by far. Don't let the shooting percentage fool you. What he does with his offense as Lewis is able to rattle one through.
Well, you know, to back that up, even when Tyler was 0 for 7 in the game against Kansas State, he was still there at the end of the game because he knew, Shaka Smart, that he would make the correct play. So that just shows you that, one, Shaka believes in him, and two, that Kolek doesn't allow, like I said earlier, the lack of shooting the ball to affect how his overall play is on the court.
That bucket helping to slow down a 16-2 Bruins run. Singleton, quick trigger. And it goes to Marquette.
And this is what I'm talking about right here. Try to get something easy. Now, again, this is really good defense put on by Jalen Clark, but then just you got Lewis, Justin Lewis, able to seek out where the help is coming from and then get the shot up before Miles Johnson is able to contest it. But let's see if they get back kind of a duplicate of that and get Lewis back closer to the paint to see if he can get another bucket down low.
Juzang back on the floor for UCLA. Morcell penetrates, jump stop. Pivots and a foul. Under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. We got a timeout on the floor in Milwaukee.
Speaking to his young men and say, listen, we got through that situation. Now it's time for us to refocus on what we have to do. It's going to be a hostile crowd at Fiserv Arena. Let us get our focus together from the beginning of the game and put Marquette back on their heels, which they have done thus far.
Morcell, the Baltimore native, bags the first free throw. Hey, 3 things you need to know about Daryl Morcell. He wants to see the Orioles in the Fall Classic. Favorite book, of course, Mamba mentality. And he can live anywhere. It'll be in his hometown of Baltimore, Maryland, as he gets both free throws and has 5 points in the first half. Morcell, a very good free throw shooter, 81% of the season. Marquette trying to find points anywhere they can. Hawkins penetrating, gives it up. Baseline jumper well off the mark by Jalen Clark. And now put back no good. Hawkins offensive rebound, battling for position. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And UCLA just a step faster. I mean, the shot goes up. That time by Jalen Clark. It's an air ball, but it was Jaime Hawkins able to retrieve the missed shot, pirouette a little bit, and pick up the foul.
Shaka Smart, first-year head coach for Marquette, telling us earlier that Jaquez is one of his absolute favorite players to watch. He loves everything about him. He said, I don't care if I'm playing a game at the playground, at a pickup at the park, or if it's the Final Four. This is a guy that he likes watching play.
Well, he has a rare combination of this. A lot of times you see a hard worker that may not be as skilled offensively. They just outwork you. Well, Jaquez has a combination of a skill set of being able to score, shoot, pass, and dribble, but he has the heart and work ethic of a guy that has to do it because he needs to be on the court, and that's a really good combination to have as a player. Excellent defense.
Cut off by the Bruins. Triple teamed, in fact. They swing it around. Kolek is left open up top. Trying to find his stroke from deep. It's brought down by Clark.
It was 3 UCLA Bruin players right there on the baseline to take that drive away to force the pass back out.
Jules Bernard, wing 3. Misses badly, and it falls right there to Clark underneath.
Well, let's go back to the defensive play. You set yourself up. Once the ball goes baseline, look, you got 1, 2, 3 UCLA players right around David Joplin. Now you force the ball back out. The rotation may be a little late, but the contest was there. Kolek, once again, not able to make the shot. But then you finish that defensive possession with the defensive rebound.
Can't finish the three-point play. It's the second foul, by the way, on Justin Lewis, one of the most critical players for Marquette. Marquette is back on the floor, 35 in white for the Golden Eagles. Joplin. Campbell pushing. Backdoor. Jaquez, the extra pass, maybe one too many. Trying to find Clark. Now foul as Jones gets it into the front court for Marquette.
And the challenge now with Justin Lewis picking up 2 fouls. I know it's been a struggle already to get the ball in the hoop, but now who do you go to? And I can't be one player. I think Marquette really has to move this UCLA defense side to side, find some gaps, be able to penetrate, get a layup, and maybe also too, Aaron, got to figure out a way to create some offense off of your defense.
And Lewis just 3 points, 1 of 5 shooting. One of the most productive players in the Big East so far this season. Good defense by Jaquez as Joplin was trying to find a good angle. Tiger Campbell puts on the Jets and now kicks it to Jaquez, and he splashes it through. It's his 3rd triple. He's in double figures.
But that's beautiful, simple basketball. Tiger Campbell was able just to really quickly turn the corner, force the defense to help, and then kick it out for Jaquez Jr. for another knockdown 3.
Largest lead tonight for number 4 UCLA. Under 5.5 to play here in the first half. Campbell. Entry pass. Johnson off the window. 31-10.
Well, the game is easy. Make you pay.
Now, Jaquez is 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Meanwhile, Marquette, Jimmy, they're 1 of 14 from three-point land.
What? No, they've had some open shots, but look at the shot comparison or the shot chart to the ability for UCLA to get some really clean, unforced looks. It's a difference, and that's why they're able to be a little bit more efficient right now.
Kolek. Tough pass. In fact, is picked off by Singleton. And now foul at midcourt.
Well, if you go back a year ago almost, Jaquez Jr. had 18.6 rebounds against this Marquette squad. He wanted to send a message that that wasn't a fluke. Right now, just blazing the nets with 12 points on 3 for 4 shooting, but 3 for 3 from behind the arc. You see the 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Again, a complete player.
And as many points as minutes played. A chance to add to that here. And he does. He has single-handedly outscored Marquette here in this first half. He gets both. Marquette's averages 14 a game. He's at that mark already tonight. Mitchell skip pass into the alley, and Jones misses the bunny. He follows his miss. Can't put it through again.
And everything on that play was done correctly except the end result. The ball was able to touch the paint, but Jones not able to finish on both occasions right there when he got the offensive rebound.
No foul called. Juzang stripped. Bullock pushes ahead. Mitchell, 3. And now 1 for 15, Marquette from behind the arc.
Yeah, and notice, too, after a missed shot, Mick Cronin slowing the pace down just a little bit to allow his guys to get set, run something in their half-court offense to kind of get the shot they want. Right there, prime example now. Juzang missed that, but was able to get a clean look.
Jones fouled Singleton. 3:42 to play in the first half. This one dominated by UCLA.
I'm so glad we did.
Now Shaka is forced to put Justin Lewis, who has 2 fouls, back in the game because much needed offense, even though he struggled early. But he can, as you know, Aaron, score in bunches.
32%. Good for 10th in the Big East. Keep in mind also that Marquette's coming off a season-high 37 three-point attempts in their narrow win in Manhattan against Kansas State. Johnson. Instead, it's Juzang who kicks it up top to Singleton. He wants a 3. Marcel hits it out to Greg Elliott. Elliott bags a 3. Just a second-made triple for Marquette.
Yeah, good patience that time. But what happened? Marcel was able to get 2 feet in the paint, suck into defense, and without hesitation, despite not shooting the ball well, Greg Elliott able to step up and knock that one in. See if they can get a stop here on the defensive end and turn this into another good possession offensively.
Well, that ended an 11-0 UCLA run. Bruins almost coughed it up. Another 3 attempt, and it's put through, this time by Jalen Clark. It's his first made 3 of the season. He was 0 for 6 entering tonight. Oh, they marked that a 2. I take that back. Still looking for that first 3. Runs it up top, and Queth with authority, his first bucket.
And Queth able to get that in, and Elliott able to probe a little bit right there on that high pick and roll, and no weak side help, and Queth able to get that easy 2 inside.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Juzang throws it away. Kolek advances. The extra pass. And they're red hot from behind the arc all of a sudden.
Aaron, sometimes it doesn't take much to kind of open the floodgates. Not saying that's the case, but you get some.
At Kenyon College.
And Shaka, he's smart. Even though he turned down some Ivy League schools, he chose to come to Ohio and really further his education. Go to Ohio and his basketball acumen. That's how I got to know Shaka back in the day when I was living in Columbus, Ohio.
Looks like he hasn't aged a day from back when he was dropping dimes and handling the rock for Kenyon College.
Well, I did. I can tell you that.
Campbell behind the back, pulls up from the elbow over Kolek. And it's brought down this time by Justin Lewis. Elliott's knocked down a couple of threes. In fact, 2 of the 3 made three-pointers for Marquette. Under a minute. Marcel. Juzang the rebound. Juzang, the conference's second leading scorer. Marquette's had a phenomenal first half. He spins and gets it over Quet, but can't put it through. Under 20 seconds, shot clock turned off. How about the spark for Greg Elliott off the bench?
Now, sometimes you just got to figure it out. It may not go well early.
He landed in Milwaukee just after 10 o'clock Central Time, and thus the later tip tonight. But UCLA is acting like this was a easy charter with a full spread on both ends before they made their way inside Fiserv Forum.
Yeah, but it's all perspective, too. It happened. You deal with it. Not that it's something you just rush under the table, but then you refocus and get yourself ready to play, which they have done an excellent job. You see the one-on-one play that Mick Cronin drew up for Jaime Jaquez Jr. to get a shot, unable to convert that time.
Marcel looks like he has a rap of some kind in his hand since the first half as he finds a bucket right away.
Yeah, right around his thumb, but that did not influence the shot. And I like the play call that time by Shaka Smart to get Marcel downhill, get himself in the lane. Now you come out with the first basket in the second half.
Now, dating back to the final moments of the first half, it's a 13-2 run, make it now a 13-4 run by Marquette as Johnson gets an easy gimme. Greg Elliott starting the second half. He came off the bench for the first half, and he continues to be red hot. It's his 4th three-pointer of the night.
And why wouldn't you? If you're Shaka Smart, you understand that Elliott right now gave you a boost offensively, so you want to keep that momentum going coming out in the second half, and he hasn't disappointed by knocking in that three.
Straightaway 3, and it's put through by Johnny Juzang. Quet on the elbow. There's Colin. Kicks it up top. Elliott this time with deep 2 when he hits.
Yeah, but the playmaking ability that time by Colin to get the ball to Elliott, and then because Elliott has knocked in, 4 3-pointers, that little pump fake. He got his man, Jules Bernard, by him. He was able to knock in that shot.
Jaquez, his first miss from distance. Meanwhile, it's Juzang who comes flying in for the finish. Into the corner, trying to get Justin Lewis going. That rattles out, and it's pulled down by Juzang. In the lane, Jaquez with one hand puts it through. He's got 16.
And you see the experience of this UCLA team. They don't get rattled when Marquette is able to knock in some shots. They hunker back down offensively, come back and respond. And how about Greg Elliott? They talked about Justin Lewis and his ability to score the ball, but it's been Greg Elliott that's gotten hot from behind the three-point line.
UCLA with this commanding lead despite Johnny Juzang with just 2 first-half points. He's the Pac-12 second leading scorer. Campbell. Queth is fouled as he went up for the rebound. That was on Miles Johnson.
Yeah, but, you know, to your point, Juzang right now is really not needed. You have 7 players who have touched the, scoring card for UCLA to score 2 or more points. So it's been distributed enough that right now at this particular juncture of the game, Juzang doesn't have to necessarily be relied on for scoring. Now, if it gets closer, he's there to do it for you. But UCLA doing an excellent job of kind of spreading the wealth scoring-wise amongst their players.
Elliott, the pass to Lewis, and Lewis the one-hand flush. There is Juzang, still having an impressive night. 5 boards to go on with 7 points. Contested to Marcel. This will stay on this end.
Well, when you shoot the ball well, you open up opportunities for your teammates. Justin Lewis able to sneak back door. Yeah, but you know what? In the top 10, even the top 15, it's not a lot of separation, I don't think, between teams, because all of them have their strength, their weaknesses. As you divvy into conference play, you're going to see some. I think we're going to see a lot of jockeying for position in the top 10 throughout the course of the conference season. How about Arizona? What Tommy Lloyd is doing with that squad. Big win today at Illinois.
At the shot clock horn, and no good by Tiger Campbell. This will stay with Marquette. And for Shaka Smart, he and Marquette already playing their 4th top 25 opponent this year. They're 1-2. This is picked by Jaquez. Go up against the shot blocker and Queth. Tough position now for Jaquez as Campbell kicks it up to Jules Bernard, who hits.
And you can do everything right. That time Marquette sprinted back. They took away Jaquez the layup. But because the trailer was wide open, UCLA was able to benefit on that offensive possession. Now another turnover for the Golden Eagles.
This time Juzang, and he puts it through. Marcel. One-hand rebound pulled down by Bernard. It was Bernard who had the game-time basket versus Villanova with 25 seconds left to force overtime. An eventual UCLA win from Pauly. Deep straightaway 3. And Johnny Juzang now in double figures. Well, we were saying that, he
good. Hence, you put yourself in a situation where you're 9 from 18 from behind the 3-point line.
Well, they are the Pac-12's top 3-point shooting team. They're 8th in the nation among Power 6 schools from behind the arc. And they've been even better than their season average tonight, shooting 50%. And a commanding lead over Marquette.
And you notice something, Aaron, strategically. UCLA wants to play fast, but in this particular game, opportunistic when they push, meaning the offense. But Mick Cronin done an excellent job of slowing the pace down a little bit in their favor, not allowing Marquette to kind of get into any kind of rhythm offensively with their pace of play in which they want to get up and down as well.
Marcel swings it up top. Justin Lewis with the deep 2 when he hits. Tiger Campbell, first team all-conference point guard. One of the most experienced in the Pac-12. A wide open look, but given up by Clark, who loses it. Kolek, and now he takes it right back. A whistle over by the bench.
It may have to reset the shot clock. Good defensive play that time by Kolek, but then not having the eyes behind his head. That time Jalen Clark able to pop it away, retain that possession.
Yes, from right underneath the rim over Quet.
Yeah, but he's so good and patient. He knew that Quet was going to try to block the shot. That little hesitation allowed him to keep Quet on the ground and get that shot up. And Elliott still hot from behind the three-point line. Maybe they just need to offensively find Elliott on the court and allow him to shoot everything. Because right now, he's proving that that's effective offensively for Marquette.
And by far his best performance of the year. He's coming off a season-high 8 points. He's got 17 tonight. He just knocked down his 5th three-pointer. Where would Marquette be right now without Greg Elliott off the bench? He started the second half.
Wow.
Now a foul. That's like Kolek, his first. Draws contact, able to work through it, no whistle. Putback is no good. Right through the hands of Kolek.
Yeah, the mindset was right there.
Fastball from Elliott.
Yeah, the mindset, Aaron, was good right there in order to kind of create something. The pass was just a little too hot because you didn't have a lot of space right there between Elliott and Kolek right there. Got to take a little bit off of that.
Juzang lets it fly. Thank you, Eric. We welcome those of you who are watching Xavier and Cincinnati. A lopsided win for the Musketeers as UCLA winning handily, number 14 of the country. Tiger Campbell right, the shot clock expires. His first points of the second half. Well, this one has been controlled by UCLA essentially since the opening tip. So we've got a foul on the floor. And a timeout on the floor as well as the number 4 team of the country looking every bit of it.
And putting him on the court in those situations where he's most comfortable, where he can be most effective, hence see the 18 points.
And 3 boards shy of a double-double. Meanwhile, Greg Elliott, who was coming off a previous season best 8 points in that win against K-State, has got far and away a new season high 17, thanks in almost exclusively large part 5 3-pointers from Greg Elliott off the bench.
Well, coming into this game, he was only 5 for 12 from behind the 3-point line, already with 5 this evening, matching that.
He's had a season's worth of activity here tonight. He throws up this prayer. It's not close. And it stays on this end.
And underneath out of bounds, trying to get the ball in Elliott's hands to create something. Able to get another crack at it on the offensive end.
Orcel fouled and almost a 3-point play opportunity. He'll shoot 2. Second on Bernard. Orcel over 1,000 points and 500 rebounds in his career in Maryland. Last season's Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, it's good to bring an experience like this. Young man that had kind of been through the battles of the Big Ten. Misses the second. Got up to a
hot scoring start early this season has cooled down slightly. Juzang. Foul underneath as Johnson went up for the board, and then he was tangled up there, a foul on Cam Jones.
Yeah, but great execution that time by UCLA by breaking that press. That gave Johnson that mismatch underneath. Once the shot went up from the wing, Johnson's size just won that battle.
Entry pass to Jaquez. Justin Lewis right behind him. Jaquez won't fall, and it stays with the Bruins. Last touch by Oso Ighodaro.
Yeah, but Johnson again active on the offensive glass.
Now resets the clock, the shot clock to 20 seconds. Campbell, corner three. This would be his third make. Instead, it rattles out. Johnson takes a hard fall. We'll shake it up at all right.
Now Miles Johnson just being active on the boards. That's how not giving up on the play. Once the shot went up, dove right to the lane. Again, I used to tell guys all the time that floor don't give, man. When you land like that, that's a big fella, but it's good to see him bounce back up and kind of trot off the court.
Juzang will set it up. After a quiet first half, he's had 10 since halftime. He looks for more. Rebound, Jalen Clark. He puts it right back up. Outlet pass to Morcell. Morcell. Through, no foul.
Finally able to get out and create something in the fast break. That's Marquette's only 5th fast break opportunity.
Jaquez is fouled.
Now the key is you got to finish your defense. You get the rebound, look up. Now you have numbers. UCLA didn't have the court balance to kind of stop this play. Morcell able to fight through the contact. Probably was looking for a little foul, but able to get that basket in there.
That was on Ighodaro. A couple of shots here for Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaquez above his season average. He is fully recovered from the head injury he suffered versus Colorado on a nasty spill. He likely would not have played in the Bruins' last game. It was canceled because of a COVID outbreak with the Washington Huskies. So for UCLA, they're playing for the first time in 10 days.
And actually, because of that,
I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah, I know. And because of that, you see Morcell pull up for an open three. Not able to get it in. And an offensive foul. That game was forfeited, by Washington, based around the protocols that were put in when a team can't play a game because of COVID.
The way it's working in the Pac-12 is that it does not reflect in the win-loss record directly, but it does reflect in the conference standings.
Yes, yes.
Unfortunately, Washington has had 3 games canceled because of COVID issues.
There's the team in the...
More pressure here. Airtime, and it was Watson trying to throw it down. He was a little too far away.
I'm not mad at the effort,
they call him .0.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the effort, though. I mean, if you're going at Queft, you better go up and try to dunk it. If not, he's going to send it right back at you.
Lewis, a foul.
And actually, it's a good play. Okay, so you take off. Watson able to get up, but then Queft maintaining his verticality right there. And, the mistake that a lot of players make is what? You come down with your arms and you try to block the shot, but that time Queft stayed disciplined up in the air.
After the first shot, 3 things you need to know about Justin Lewis.
Now, these are 3 things you need to know about Justin Lewis, and these are some good ones. Earth, Wind, and Fire, we're going favor band, and yeah, I'm surprised that He's a, can we say avid roller skater? Is that
his parents
this too much?
His parents must be old school because Earth, Wind, and Fire, he's a young fella. Come on, I understand you appreciate it, but you know it because you named it. But then the roller skating, come on, that's my era.
I mean, if I'm Shaka, I'm saying you got to hang that up till season's over with.
Hey, but listen, it's better than probably rollerblading right now.
It's been a quiet night for Cam Jones. He's coming off 15 points. He knocked down 4 threes in their win against K-State. He gets his first points tonight.
Now keep in mind, this Marquette team has been down by 12 points about 2 or 3 times, and they've been able to come back and win couple of those games. So not all the way out of it yet and get another stop here.
Campbell tried to draw some contact. They didn't give him the foul. Prosper pulls down the rebound. We're under 9 minutes to play. Lewis, front iron. Singleton, the rebound.
Yeah, and the crowd was ready to erupt on that shot that time by Justin Lewis.
This is the closest it's been since it was 40 to 28, UCLA. Gives it up, and the one-hand hammer is denied. Clark can't finish it. Jaquez gets quepped in the air, but then gets fouled. They'll shoot 2.
Well, the default mechanism, Marquette makes the run. Guess what Mick Cronin does? He sets up an isolation post play for one of his better scorers who's rolling right now, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Yes, he missed the shot, but another offensive rebound, another reset possession for UCLA. Gets themselves maybe not the basket, but Jaquez is back at the line. This is third.
A little bit of a struggle from the free throw line for Jaquez tonight.
That's his 3rd in a row right there. From what is a 71% free throw shooter.
It's the second. He's got 19 points tonight. With the finish.
And that's the kind of action I think Marquette needs to employ. That was a quick hitting play that allowed Prosper to have kind of like a one-on-one opportunity in the middle of the court to use that length and size to score inside.
Juzang pulls up just underneath the free throw line. And it will stay with UCLA.
And you're never out of it, especially when you're the home team. You just got to keep clawing away to kind of cut into the little things are going to matter right now for Marquette. They want to continue to cut in this league. One, you value the basketball, get some good offensive possessions, meaning high-quality shots, and more importantly, get some stops, on this end of the court.
It's a 9-1 Marquette run. Jaquez will slice into that. He's got 21 points tonight to lead all scorers.
Yeah, but it's another simple one-on-one play to get him isolated on the low post against Justin Lewis, and that time Jaquez able to come through.
Justin Lewis on the wing. Jaquez trying not to give up space. Here's Prosper. Prosper far too strong. And Clark controls for the Bruins. Jaquez kicks it out. Here is Clark. Under 7 minutes to play. It's been a quiet night for Cam Jones. Just 3 points. He was looking for another. Well, the struggles behind the arc have continued, really outside of Greg Elliott. Elliott has 5 of the 7 made three-pointers for Marquette.
Yeah, a lot of times offensively, you want to try to get it back in one possession, and that time Cam Jones with a quick shot Probably could have ran the offense a little bit more.
Hard knocked away by Quett. Blocking foul. And was Prosper taking it into the paint. That's on Clark.
That time Jalen Clark just a little late to the party. Can't get set. Prosper already had his momentum going forward, so they're called by the official.
Campbell back on the floor for UCLA. And they bring in one of their bigs as well, Miles Johnson, a Rutgers grad transfer. Also have Johnny Juzang, the Pac-12 second leading scorer. And Jaquez, who's matched a season-high 21 points. Here is Elliott, those 5 3-pointers tonight. Coughs it up, gives it away.
And 2 kind of empty possessions. What I mean by that, 4 shot by Cam Jones on his last one, and that one Elliott penetrating a little too deep, not able to get that shot up amongst the trees inside, and now you commit a foul over the back on Jaquez. See, it's the little mental things, and that an experienced team like UCLA forces you to have to make decisions on the offensive end. What kind of shots are you going to take, and defensively, are you going to stay disciplined enough right now? And you're seeing the difference between kind of a well-oiled machine with the UCLA Bruins, a team that's been together, to a team that has talent in Marquette, but still trying to figure some things out.
Juzang gets rid of it quickly. Into the hands of Kohler. He pushes it ahead. Campbell's throwing it down. Tiger Campbell coming off 21 points versus Colorado. First time he led the Bruins in scoring in any game of this year. Those 21 points earlier this year for Jaquez, that was against Villanova. That great win for the Bruins at home. He had 13 rebounds in that game. He's matched the point total tonight. There's Lewis wide open. Orcel the follow, and he'll shoot 2. First foul on Juzang. Orcel, 81% on the season from the line, misses the first.
81% free throw shooter right there, left it a little bit short. Knock that in, and now you're able to set your defense a little bit after the ball goes through. And that's one thing, because the shooting hasn't been there for Marquette. They haven't been able to really apply the kind of pressure that Shaka Smart would want to employ against a team that had some traveling issues, flew in day of the game. But once again, Mick Cronin has done an excellent job of controlling the tempo of this game.
Yeah, it really is amazing. Not only did they have the travel issues you just referenced, but as we've also talked about, playing for the first time in 10 days. So you got a couple of things working against UCLA. Jaquez has a 3, toilet bowl out. Johnson is fouled. Almost fell through. He'll shoot twice. But I'm guessing, Jimmy, it speaks to both the skill set of this Bruins team, also the coaching and the culture from Mick Cronin. The fact that UCLA coming on the road, and they are at least not looking so far with just under 4.5 minutes to play like there's been anything out of the ordinary coming into this one tonight.
Well, but you got to understand the history of Mick Cronin. Look at some of his Cincinnati teams. They kind of grinded games out, beat you up, were physical. can play fast at times. And there's times in the season when you want to go, and then there's times when you want to pull it back a little bit. And that's what you saw or are seeing and witnessing right now with UCLA. But you have that control because you have a mature group, in particular Tiger Campbell. At the point guard position, you trust his decision-making on the court, and you're able to operate your offense based around that continuity, more importantly, the maturity of the players that are in the UCLA uniform.
Johnson heads to the bench. Jalen Clark checks back in for UCLA. Loose ball. Here comes Campbell. Bruins with numbers. Campbell off the glass. Play ahead and a two-hand jam, that time by Olivier Maxence Prosper. Morcell, last year's Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, on Jaquez, who bodies for position, fades. Can't put it through. It's controlled this time by Greg Elliott. That's good here in the program for Elliott.
Yeah, good defense that time by Morcell. And Elliott capitalized once again, got him quickly in the corner.
Incredible night for Greg Elliott. 20 points and his 6th made three-pointer. He has scored 20 of the 50. It's a career-high night for Elliott. Jaquez fouled. He'll shoot.
Now a career night for Greg Elliott. Still some time on the clock, able to knock it in, but still going down the road. I mean, Xavier, you said UConn, and that's the beauty of conference play, is you know each other so well, coaches, players, even with new faces.
It's a new season high for Jaime Jaquez Jr., 22 points. Double-double for Jaquez. Elliott has scored 20 points in 22 minutes off the bench. Morcell spinning against Juzang. He hangs. Bruins ball.
That's a good defense by Jaquez to just wall straight up, and thought maybe that ball got touched by UCLA. The officials thought otherwise. A little pressure right here. Shaka's trying to pick up right here, but UCLA once again has done an excellent job handling a full court pressure by doing just this. Not trying to beat it off the dribble, but throwing the ball over the top, and then once over half court, getting a chance to look at a shot or resetting the offense.
Jaquez, such a complete player. Last year named to the Pac-12's all-defensive team, a five-player team. Juzang can't hit from behind the arc. Now after that for Jaquez, what he does, scoring and rebounding as well. Nifty footwork and a hard foul as Elliott hits the deck and will go to the line.
It's no moral victories, and Shaka's smart and the players understand it, but maybe something that comes out of this for Marquette is the play right now of Greg Elliott that as a redshirt junior, that he can be a viable scoring option moving forward. Again, this is just one game, but sometimes games like this, despite a loss, could open up an opportunity confidence-wise for a player like Elliott to contribute now that we're getting closer to conference season.
Well, he had 23 total points on the season coming into tonight. He has nearly matched that mark, a career high 21 points. He's knocked down 6 3-pointers. He's 6 for 8 from behind the arc. The rest of the Golden Eagles have combined to go 2 for 23. Under 2 minutes to play. Bernard splits the double. Such the improved 3-point shooters, knocked down 2 in this one. Marquette, little fake, and a deep 2. He keeps adding to his best night this year. He's at 24 points.
Easy money for Marquette's little pump fake. Set everything up by his outside shooting. So foul right there on Bernard.
It has not been the typical night for Justin Lewis. Leading scorer for Marquette. He averages 16 a night. Top 10 scorer in the Big East. 8 points to go along with 8 rebounds.
Yeah, but I think this Marquette Golden Eagles team will get better. They'll learn from this loss. They've had some good wins this season already. Illinois, West Virginia, Kansas State. You go through these lulls. Sometimes you play against a juggernaut like UCLA, who's went to the Final Four last year, expected to get back. Didn't perform the way you wanted to, but what do you take out of it that prepares you for a long conference season is the question, and we'll see how they respond moving forward.
A dangerous pass. And Juzang just kind of swats at it, hoping that a teammate can track it down, and does not happen. So Marquette ball, just over a minute to play. Now Marquette is playing its 4th top 25 opponent already this year. The win against Illinois. Lost to Wisconsin and St. Bonaventure. How about another? A little too strong this time from Elliott. Put back with 2 hands. Lewis. Well, suddenly a 9-point game with just under 48 seconds.
Is it improbable? No. Is it tough? Yes. But the timeout, the score allows you to stop the clock, set your defense. If you get a steal, maybe you get a 3-point shot. Now you cut this lead down even further, put the pressure on UCLA to have to finish the game out.
Marquez to inbounds. Tiger Campbell can't hold on. He kind of boots it right back to Jaquez. And the Bruins able to get it past midcourt. A foul right near midcourt. That's on Morcell. Tiger Campbell to the line. What a great overall performance tonight for Campbell. 12 points, 8 assists, 5 boards. Lewis puts up the 3 from the wing. UCLA making their first trip to Marquette since 1964, and the number 4 team of the country. At one point leading by as many as 23. They will win here tonight from inside Fiserv Forum. 67-56 the final score, as Mick Cronin's squads won 3 straight and they improved to 8-1. For Jim Jackson, I'm Aaron Goldsmith. UCLA wins it. You've been watching Fox College Hoops.